everyone. I'm Allison, and welcome to my weekly meltdowns coverage of Big Brother 24 Days of Our Lives edition. I got Andrew with me this evening, and Miss Kim Matina just popped in. Hello, Romero 3209 Dominic in the chat. Um, Kim, I can't hear you. You saying something?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you said.
That's why you can't hear her.
Okay, well, you never know. I don't want, yeah. Hello, Kaden in the chat. Well, this week this week is not, it's only Tuesday, and I'm already done with this week of Big Brother 24. I'm just going to put it out there. I don't know about you guys, but eviction night was originally Thursday, but because of January 6th hearings, but understandably airing on prime time, moved the eviction to this Friday, and now we're going to drag out Jasmine's HOH because it's so epic to Sunday for 2 gosh damn hours. And let me tell you something, I'm not happy. Oh, and you don't get your live feeds either. So you don't get your live feeds.
And this hasn't been confirmed, but we are expecting the feeds to go down and then not come back.
Can I just vent for 2 seconds? And then
absolutely. I'm just trying to keep accuracy.
Everyone in the chat, Joseph Boza, Caitlin, everyone. First of all, I just want to say I'm going to have a mental breakdown real quick live on air, so I hope you all enjoy this about Big Brother. First, if you're looking for a ring around the rosy, let's hold hands and be positive about Big Brother 24, RHAP is doing the Tuesday roundtable right now. You go hang out with them. Respectfully, I love that show, and I'll be watching it later tonight as well. I love them over there. But no, I'm a little irritated with CBS right now pushing this eviction and shit and cutting feed. They're going to cut the feeds.
Oh, I expect 100%. That they will, 100%. I'm positive that will happen.
And
hasn't been confirmed yet.
Well, okay. Well, Allison's confirming it. And I put Finley's life on it, my cat. Because here's the thing. CBS dumped us as fans years ago. Okay? We've been dumped as Big Brother fans. They don't give a shit what we think, how we feel, nothing. And now they are pretty much breaking up with Big Brother and dumping it wherever they can because they just don't know what to do anymore. They took the passion and the love and all the fans, the fire, everything we had for this show, they took it and they crumbled it up and they ate it and then they shat it out and left us in the bowl and then flushed us after we were nice and ripe. But I'll be honest with you, they're doing whatever they want with this show, and I'm over it. And I think this is just look at the fuckers in the house. Can I just be real for a second? I could give a shit about 80% of the people in the house right now. We got to stretch out an HOH by Jasmine until Sunday with no feeds or nothing because she's building such a resume that she has put up Taylor of all people. Who would ever do that? Jesus, so predictable. And Pooch, the dumbest asshole I've seen in God knows how long, who nominates himself. And then we're going to backdoor him or whatever the freaking plan is. I don't know, to get rid of him. What a resume. What a resume. What an epic, legendary HOH that you're going to have us on pins and needles to wait a few extra days. And on top of everything else, let's see, where was I going with that one?
I'm not sure.
I don't either, but Pooya from RHAP Live Feed Update with Taryn said it best. These people are on their way to building resumes that only cut it on Indeed.com. Because that's where we are. We're stuck with people who just want attention. I'm not talking about Michael. I'm not talking about, there's certain people in the house. I like Brittany. I like Michael. Taylor's too good for this show. I mean, there's people in this house that don't need to be on it. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Kim, Andrew, me, we're too good for Big Brother. That's why we're not on it. We can't be controlled. We can't be contained. We can't be put in a house and a diary room and told what to do, because we'd call them out on their shit every single time. And I'm not going to sit in a diary room and have someone, oh, can you repeat that and up your Southern accent to like a 10 so you can drive everyone nuts? I am related to people from Mississippi, and that's not something I have really ever said out loud on this show. Okay? And none of them sound like Jasmine. Okay? I can't take it anymore. Okay? I'm done. I'm disgusted, dismayed. I want real people in the house. I don't get this shit anymore. Where are the real players? Can we rewind 10 years and go back in time and make this show worth watching again? You know? Is that okay? Am I okay? All right. Well, I've been sitting on that turd all day. I hope it smells good, and I hope you're enjoying the aroma and the heat from my undercarriage. So I'm just going to leave that right there.
And I'm ready to pick it up.
Let's pick it up, Andrew.
Okay, so I have a lot to unpack with what you just said, because I'm in probably the minority, and I'll be interested to see where Kim lies in this whole situation of kind of your soapbox on this. But first off, yes, I agree. I hate that this was redone. But these hearings, we didn't really know when they were coming. They were completely unpredictable. And this is not CBS's fault, right? I would have much rather seen the episode Friday and then having the full to Sunday. Mm-hmm. But again, that's not something that Allison Grodner and Fly on the Wall Productions can make that decision with. That's coming from CBS scheduling. That's coming from the top. So as much as I agree, it frustrates me and it infuriates me. The January 6th hearings are very important, and if that has to be gone from that. Now, moving on to all of this, because I haven't been on the show since premiere, so I have a lot to say, and I'm probably, again, unpopular opinion. And it's funny to me that you mentioned previous seasons, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 13 years ago. 10 years, 12 years, 13 years ago, everyone that was viewing would have had the same feelings about Taylor as everyone in the house does right now. I remember Will Mega season 1, right? Like Shannon and the Toothbrush with Will Kirby in season 2. We ate that crap up. Like we weren't, oh my God, we have to cancel them. They're horrible people for what they did with that. We loved it and we ate it up and we enjoyed it so freaking much. And in that regards, do I agree that the treatment of Taylor is extreme? Absolutely. From a game standpoint, I also think she did it to herself with what she did with the guys in the first couple of weeks, alienating herself from the other women. So I see the double-edged sword. I believe it's to a second concept, but I also said something in our My Weekly Meltdown chat, and Kim, you didn't see that this week, but I'm going to make a statement that the death of Big Brother is going to be the live feeds. And here's why I say that. Do you think that this kind of treatment only happens on Big Brother? It doesn't exist on Survivor. It doesn't exist on The Challenge. This heckling and all of that kind of stuff doesn't exist on The Bachelor. I say it does, but they are able to edit everything that the viewers in America sees to be able to be portrayed how they are. And that's one downfall of the live feeds. Yeah, we're seeing everything, the good and the bad, and production can't put its hands on these kind of things. So I agree with some of what you say, Allison, but I tend to disagree. And I think that it's not necessarily Big Brother production has some issues and it has some problems. And I believe that. But I'm also not sure the culture is just ready for Big Brother anymore.
Yeah, I think it's kind of run its course to a certain extent. Plus, I don't watch Survivor for live feeds because I've never had any. So I just go off what I've got. Big Brother, that's the whole catch with Big Brother. And is you get to watch live on the live feeds and see this and that. And they keep cutting and doing all this crap. And it's gotten worse. And I'm just going to go ahead and get the tally out because I'm going to say it. Big Brother Canada doesn't do this. They don't. And I thought, God dang it. Here I go.
Okay. I'm ready for the Kim Medina's opinion.
Yes. Listen, Kim, put me in my place if I need to be. Tell me something. Bring me to my sense. Bring my compass to the center. Give me something, ma'am.
First of all, I kind of disagree with Andrew. I don't think the feeds are going to be the death of Big Brother. I think that the feeds are the life of Big Brother because that is the premise of the show. That's what makes it unique from every other show. What will be the death of Big Brother is stuff like pulling it off of feeds for 4 days in week 2 of the season because of, and I get it. I really do get it that we need to have this showing on Thursday. But Friday, CBS is running a rerun of whatever, Magnum, and 2
Is that so?
reruns of Blue Bloods. Okay. So they've got
That's the
3
one.
hours of reruns where they could slip in Big Brother, right? Um, what they're going to do, and I'm only speaking for myself, is they're going to alienate the feeders. The feeders are watching because we want to know who won the HOH comp. We want to know who got drawn for POV on Saturday. We want to know who played and who won POV on Saturday and what kind of hustle and everything happened to be able to make not only the nominations on Friday, but the POV players and the comp and everything else on Saturday, right? So
Mhm.
Monday is replacement noms, but we're not going to know what led up to them other than what they show us on Wednesday.
And I don't trust
So,
them
so
at
why
all.
are you taking away what makes Big Brother into Big Brother by showing us, a double episode of a rerun of Blue Bloods? Yay.
I didn't even know
Woohoo.
that was still on. Damn.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why I disagree that the feeds are going to be the death of it. I think they're the life of it. And um, the casual viewers, that's fine. They're still the casual viewers, but the feeders are feeders
That's why they
and
watch. It's what
have
they
paid
love, right?
exactly and have paid for this service.
Girl, tell me about
Many
it.
of us for 24 years, many of us recall 2 months of waiting for a real player to actually shut down your account and stop charging you in India because that's what they did.
And they were like
Um,
$30 a month then. It was expensive.
exactly. So, I've gone from free season 1 with shitty camera work
Oh God.
to real player to getting it to CBS. And then they shut down, Pop and the Big Brother After Dark, Showtime,
Daytime after dark.
and all that, so there's not even that to give us a little glimpse. And that's okay. Now, from a marketing perspective, Big Brother should be selling the shit out of live feeds from Thursday until Sunday. Honestly, I don't think we're going to get the live. If we do not have the live feeds on Friday, I don't think we're going to get them until probably late Monday afternoon after the renoms. Okay. I think we'll get them after the renoms and that's it.
Sorry.
I'm not calling you or texting you right now,
It's
Allison. I
not me
promise
either.
I'm
I
not. It's
apologize. That was unprofessional. But then again, you did see how I started the cast.
not. As far as the players, I'm going to kind of disagree with you, Allison. I think we've got a couple of pieces of furniture, but only enough for a lanai. I don't think we've got enough for a full-on living room. Um, as individuals, I think that we've got some pretty decent characters in there.
Oh yeah.
Indy. Indy. I love Indy. She'll say whatever she wants. And with an accent and it's beautiful. Her and her sex coaching self are amazing. Um, Michael, I love Michael. I love his innocence, even though he's a defense attorney. I
Mm-hmm.
absolutely love his innocence, but even more so, I love his strategic mind. Although I will say I disagree. I think that he should have used the POV this week
On Taylor.
and taken down Taylor.
Of course.
Because if he had talked to Jasmine about it in advance, you pull down Taylor. Now you've got an extra vote with the girls. You put up another guy. So now you just split the guy votes and you decide which one you want to have go home. The guys don't have Michael's back anyway. So you're not burning any bridges there. And instead you're building yourself up on the stronger side of the alliance. So I disagree with that move. I understand why he did it though. So I like Michael. I like Taylor. I don't think she's a strategic stronghold. And I think that if she pairs with Michael and Brittany, that they could be a serious force. I think Nicole is great TV, or great feeds at least.
When you get to see her.
Yeah, when you get to see Nicole. And she is running the guy's side of the house from the girl's side, which is really interesting to watch. I hate that people are comparing her to Casey because, because oh my gosh, because they're both lesbians. Oh my gosh, guess what? She had on high heels with Indy teaching her how to salsa the other night. And she's like, yeah, I love wearing my heels and dressing up. And it's like, which completely eradicates any conception of her being this football player like Casey was. She sat there last night going through skin routines with Indy and what different products do and things like that. Personally, I don't think she actually gives a shit about any of that, but
you got to do it.
People like to hear themselves talk. And she made Indy into this beauty expert. But speaking of beauty experts, we have a lot of influencers on here, far more than I think anyone realized at the beginning. And little Miss Jasmine with her entrepreneurial self. Alyssa, when she was in the house, dressed in yoga wear, workout wear, every day, coordinating outfits, always had her hair done, always had her makeup on, looked amazing in her multi swimsuits and cover-ups every single day. Why? Because that was her brand. And she did yoga every day. She taught yoga in the house. Why? It's her brand. What is Jasmine's brand?
Eyebrows.
Beauty and makeup. Okay. She's got her happy ass planted in the bed literally for the last 48 hours.
Yeah.
And didn't put a stitch of makeup on until last night. Hasn't done her hair until last night. So if beauty and makeup are your branding, how about, I don't know, putting on some makeup? Oh my God. And they talk about Turner being the stinky one in the house, which just reminds me of Adam Sandler. You don't want to be the stinky boy. And they celebrated because Turner took a shower yesterday. Woo! But has Jasmine taken a shower since the HOH comp when she had to get all the blueberry off her face? No. She hasn't. And now she's got the Christmas scooter to ride around on.
Oh God, that
I can't even. And she's like, well, it's a level 3 sprain. Oh my gosh. Do you know how many rolled ankles and everything else I've had? And guess what? You rest it for a few days, you wrap it up, you put some ice on it, take a Tylenol and get on with your life, honey. You don't shut down and be asking for eggs and bacon and then bitching because they brought you eggs and bacon, they weren't done right. Get your happy ass down to the kitchen, stand on one foot. She was sliding down the stairs to get out. You've got 2 railings and 2 crutches. You can do this on your own. Be a big girl. I promise. And seriously, you would have thought that she busted her knee and sprained her ankle and broke her tailbone and her hand. Why? Because she had Nicole, wipe her ass for you.
I
I
just
have never, oh, yeah, there you go.
I was like,
I have
"What?"
never, with all my rolled
Ooh.
ankles and my busted knee and
Mm-mm,
everything else, when
mm-mm,
I was in sequester and fell up the stairs and blew my knee 2 years
mhm,
later,
mm-mm,
is still a mess, right?
mhm,
Never once did I say, "Oh, Ashley, could you go in the bathroom with me and wipe my ass because I hurt my knee?"
mm-mm,
Come on, get a life. And the fact that Nicole did it,
mm-mm.
it's like, seriously? Why would you lower yourself to that? So, with that being said, the feeds, I don't think have been all that bad once they've gotten over a lot of the mean girl shit with Taylor. Um, the guys are a fucking hot mess, let me tell you. And the girls are actually cohesive. Do I think we're going to have a girls' alliance to the end? Oh, hell no. Not with the egos we've got in there. But for right now, I think that if the girls play their cards right with Michael, that they've got an opportunity to get the majority of the girls to jury. I think they can do that. And that would be good.
I'm all for girls finally making it, because in the 24 years of Big Brother, or 20, however freaking feels like 50 at this point, um, when has that it, all girl alliances start and then they crumble after 5 minutes? I mean, it's kind of
Yeah.
legendary.
As soon as the
So
first guy looks at them and then they bat their eyelashes, melt into a puddle, and
yeah,
go, "Let me tell you everything."
yes, that's how it
And
happens.
I think Amira is going to be the downfall of the Girls Alliance.
Yeah, I mean it. I know I'm coming off kind of harsh and really negative. I'm just not. I'm just having a really hard time just kind of watching the feeds and just really taking certain people seriously. And it's just gotten to the point where I think, you kind of nailed it a little bit, Kim, for me, was all of the influencers. It's just, what about the teachers out there, the nurses out there, people on the front line of everything? What about these people? Since when have they come second to freaking influencers? I mean, it
When
just
was our
seems
when was our last firefighter?
I,
Cappy?
I can't
No,
even
he was
remember.
EMT.
Cappy
Do
was
what?
fire. Cappy was fire.
Was he firefighter?
Hmm.
Yeah. So was he the last firefighter that we had on Big Brother?
If you don't include strippers that dress up as firefighters, probably.
Girl, I don't know. I'm a squeaky
Mhm.
wheel over here.
What was our last nurse? Danielle Murphy? Was she our last nurse?
I can think of.
Please say, isn't that's season 2, right? 3?
No, Danielle was
Not Daniel
season
Reyes. I'm sorry.
14.
Uh, well,
Remember
So
Dan's funeral?
yeah.
Jane,
so
Danielle.
let me go back, Kim, and I agree with you that the feeds are the lifeblood of Big Brother, and like the Big Brother wouldn't be the
Absolutely.
same without the feeds. Like I'm not conceding that point. I 100% agree there. My argument comes in at the fact that it's the drama we have with Big Brother compared to other shows like Survivor, and the hatred towards different people are because production can't write that narrative when we're seeing
Right.
it live and paid out. So when you look at a
True.
longevity of a show, I see shows like Survivor lasting longer than Big Brother because of this turn that we have seen. I mean, even when Cappy was evil his HOH. You bring that
Yeah.
up. He was very disliked that power trip week that he went on. But the hatred toward Cappy is nowhere near the hatred that people are giving towards the people towards Taylor
Okay.
right now.
So does that mean it's the feeds or does that mean it's social media?
I think it's a combination of both because the feeds gives social media and the people that outlet. I mean, like I said earlier, think back to when they used the toothbrush in the toilet. Like that wasn't as big of a deal as when Taylor is getting completely ramped. And again, it's not unwarranted because from a game standpoint, Taylor screwed up. And so that's what I mean by the fact that the feeds hurt Big Brother's longevity more than other shows is from this standpoint of we're seeing unedited footage and people aren't liking it like they used to.
That's true, but I also think that part of it is the fact that we've got people. I think social awareness is a piece of it. I think I think that social media is a piece of it, but I also think, okay, I'm going to come right out and say it.
Do it.
Snowflakes are snowflakes are snowflakes. Okay. So things that are being said previously on old school Big Brother.
Big Brother.
People loved players and hated players. And it was the bullshit that they would spew that made people hate players, right? Now they take it to a whole nother level and try and act like on the feeds like they're socially aware. Oh, I would never say something like that about a Black person. I would never say something about a handicapped person like that, and then proceed to say it, which makes them a hypocrite, right? And then it gets called out on social media, and people take that hate to a personal level, okay? They did before too, don't get me wrong, because if you remember Cappy, they were threatening his job. Maggie, I think she did lose her job. So many of them did, but the level of disgusting behavior on the show at that time far exceeded anything that we're seeing right now.
100%.
So people hated Cappy, but they hated him for the gameplay and for the persona that he threw out there. People are hating on Paloma because of mental illness. And again, I said it last week, mental illness is not an excuse for being mean, and she was mean. But they did the right thing, I think, by getting her out of there. And let me just say, so the speculation or the rumor is that she was asked to leave the game because of all this going on. But the word that they put out was that she decided to leave the game.
Kind of let her save face a little bit.
Yeah.
Let her have some dignity.
If you recall last Tuesday, I said, if she's walked out the door, she'll be the first one since Chima.
Yeah.
Don't bother sitting down, Chima. Remember Grodner with that? They did a whole episode just on Chima.
An amazing episode.
It was incredible.
One of my
live feeds. And Chima was not a great player. She was not strategically sound. She wasn't necessarily a nice person. She led Jesse's funeral, she and Lydia, especially. A little bit of Natalie in there, but mostly the two of them. And so she wasn't necessarily somebody people were cheering for, but she was great TV. So to dedicate it's the only time in Big Brother, correct me if I'm wrong, where there was an entire episode dedicated to the elimination of one person and the lead up to it.
I can't remember. But then again, I can't remember last year's cast at this moment. So
yeah, no, I don't think they have ever done that. I would love to be in the house right now and talking game with Michael all the time.
Yeah.
Talking Big Brother history, BB Can, BB Australia, BB UK. I would have been all over that conversation about Tiffany and the death of Michael on BB UK, which was an incredible episode, by the way. So, I would be having a great time in there right now. I would do a lot of camera talking as I walked away from people. You would see a lot of Kim expressions, looking at the cameras going,
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
you know, because personally, I think they're pretty much all full of shit. And probably the biggest social media person, influencer in there is Brittany. Did you guys hear her talking about the algorithms, how to build your algorithms on Instagram and
No,
on
No, I
TikTok?
missed that.
She sat there in the kitchen and broke it down for everybody. And I'm like,
I
this
need to go
girl's
find
doing
that.
the math in addition to belly dancing on the side.
And I like, you know, I like Brittany. I would love to see someone like Brittany make it farther in the game. I'd like to see Michael make it farther in the game. Um, I feel like Taylor. See, I don't think that her hanging out with the guys and being one of the guys should be used against her in any way as ammunition to get her out of the house just because I'm one of those girls. Okay. I can hang out with a group of guys and nothing offends me. I will call you on your shit if you take it too far. But, I have a sense of humor. I can laugh at myself. I don't take it too serious. Trust me. You know, Granted, was the red bathing suit necessary? No, but look at her for God's sake. Like we said last week, I would have had pasties on.
I
Okay.
would have been walking around naked all day
Just
long. Didn't
naked.
matter.
But I don't think
Richard freaking Hatch. That's good.
that's right. I just don't
Well,
think
with a good body, though.
I think there's a lot of insecurities within us women. And
Sure.
when we get in packs together sometimes and we see one of us flourishing with a group that we wish we could be part of, we start our bashing shit. We start our mean girl shit.
Sure.
It happens in every group. I mean, it's not something unheard of. Like I said last week, have you never encountered bullies before? I mean, this is a tale as old as time. And I just, it's just the tiny shit like that that's kind of dry. It makes me not care to pay attention to everyone in the house when I know there are people that I really want to pay attention to. When you've got little idiots like Pooch, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what the deal is that you want to nominate yourself as a pawn. You're an idiot. I don't get it. I don't never. Is he a fan of the show?
Yes.
Okay, then why did he?
And he was not a recruit.
See, then he should have known better, and he deserves to leave
Mm-hmm.
whenever night they evict him.
Have they not ever heard the pawn goes home?
The pawn goes home. And I just, and I'm enraged because I really feel like Jasmine's toe touched the effing mat. Okay. And I will live and breathe. If I am on my deathbed 50 years from now, holding my cat in my coffin and I'm dying, or I'll already be dead if I'm in my coffin. I'm on my deathbed. Jasmine's toe touched the mat. That'll be the last thing I say. That'll be the last thing I say.
I would love a poll on the side here. So, how many of you believe that the pie eating contest was not originally scheduled?
I don't believe it was. I don't believe it for a minute.
Have you, in 24 seasons plus BBOTT and the Celebrity Big Brothers and BB Canada for that matter, I've seen 2-part, HOHs. I've seen knockouts, which is basically what the obstacle course was a knockout. I have never seen 2 more unrelated competitions as a part 1 and part 2 as here, we're going to give you an obstacle course. Here, we're going to have you eat pies to get the letters off the bottom.
I would have loved seeing them do the pie eating contest first and then do the obstacle course.
They would have been puking.
So No, I don't think that. I think the pie plan. I think the pie was from the beginning, and two reasons. One, I disagree, Kim. I think it did make sense because they were leaving one festival to go to the next, right? Like that was the whole point. We're transitioning between festivals this summer, so they were leaving this to leave the backstage to ultimately go to this new Pie Fest country, whatever. So, excuse me.
Bless you. Bless you again.
Sorry, I'm dying. But
Yep.
but two, there's no way those pies had to have some kind of like expiration date on them.
I'm sorry, but I think that was the battle back. I think that was what was going to happen with the backstage passes, and they had to use those pies, which they conveniently had the right number of, that they had to use those pies
numbers
in order to do that second half to make sure everything was fair to any snowflakes, Jasmine, that might not be able to compete in a round 2 and would automatically lose.
That's a lot of pies for a battle.
Oh my gosh. See, look at your viewers. We're in sync here.
Oh,
We've got this.
I've never agreed with my damn viewers, so I ain't worried
Listen,
about
I just want to say real quick to everyone in the chat, everybody, I'm seeing your comments. I love you. I love that we respectfully agree to disagree. And that's what I love about our followers and our people. You guys are in the chat having constructive conversations, and you don't all agree, and you don't all agree with us, but you're respectful. And that's why I love the hell out of every single one of you in the chat right now. I see you. I know who's here. I love you guys. Anelda, girl.
You're welcome, BB Bean.
Yes,
you're welcome.
baby.
I don't agree with y'all most of the time, and that's okay. I love you anyway.
Yeah, and I just, and I feel like, Andrew, I feel you, but it doesn't take that much to make something like that. I would think some food coloring. I'm not a baker. I don't know what you get a bunch of big fat crusts. You put some ready whip around it. You mix up some blue, green, red goop and put it in there. That could take an hour, I would think. So I just think that they catered it to someone who could not participate physically from the waist down. So
you know what? And I would agree with you, Andrew, if they were both fair related comps. But the first one was going across guitars and over a piano seesaw and stuff. So it was a music fest. All of a sudden going to the state fair. No, that is not that's not a transition from one fest to another. But
be Robin.
I think that those pies were made and ready for Thursday night to be between whomever, backstage pass people and whoever got voted out. And they had to, so they already had the set built. It's not like they all of a sudden come up with the idea a day of. Well, it seems like it sometimes, but it's in theory, they've got the season planned out with the props and what they're doing. So I think they had that planned out and we're not able to use it. So how are we going to use it? Let's take care of this. Jasmine, she can eat, but she can't run across the obstacle course. Therefore, we're going to switch it up. And that's why when it ended and we didn't get feeds until late, like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning is when the feeds came on. That's why, because they had to set up for a second comp because Jasmine fell and boo-booed her ankle.
Yeah,
so let me also
technically she didn't win or toe touch the mat.
Two points on all this. One, needless to say, when the comp was, I actually really liked the comp. Like I enjoyed the new take on a true false comp.
I was fine with it.
It was interesting.
Just not as a part 2 to a physical comp.
Okay, I'm dropping that point now. I'm moving on with the day because I'm a debate teacher and I don't like to argue with Kim Matina. I
Yeah.
liked the comp itself. When we're talking new, exciting comps like they said we would get this season, this is a whole lot better than clipping a bunch of jewelry all over your face, right?
Yeah, but pie eating,
Yeah.
that's the new exciting shit I get to see.
But it was a different concept. It was still the trivia base. So I was okay with that. Second, if there's one thing that any faithful BB watcher of any seasons past should now learn, break your foot, win HOH.
Yep.
We're that desperate, yeah.
Christmas Abbott winning the racing competition right after she breaks her foot, right? Jasmine, I don't think she broke her foot. I don't think that's confirmed. I think it's a twisted ankle. I think it's
a twisted ankle.
Yeah.
It's a level 3 sprain.
But also, can we talk about, and then on a twist, Jasmine, how the intro
got. Oh, God. Really? I was like, I had to rewind that and go, what did he
when
just
he
say?
Introduces the episode and does the flashback, and he's like, and in a twist no one saw happening right as Jasmine was stepping, I was dead.
Do you know why no one saw it coming? Because we were all rewinding our DVRs to see
watch her
touch the mat.
I'm telling you, that was a bigger production blunder than pushing Helen. Seriously. But the funniest thing ever. Okay, now Toombs on Twitter. I love his creativity, and I knew him back to Survivor Sucks. And so I'm talking 12 years ago, 13 years ago on Survivor Sucks. And one of my favorite ones that he put out so far this season was Jasmine falling off the mat and having Jessica Milagros scream down there, ah! And everyone running up to her going, "You go, girl."
How long did she lay there before anyone went over there? Like she literally laid there for almost a minute. Is she for real? Is she doing this now? Because Julie was like, she's not. I felt like Julie in her mind was going, is she really picking now to do this shit when I've got to wrap up this first leg of the freaking HOH competition? I'm in hell. Jesus help me.
Yeah. And Julie's like, love one another. Now go help her get her fucking ass off the marshmallow mat.
For real, this is for Anelda. Alyssa overcooked Jasmine's hot dog. So now Jasmine has a final 2. Are you kidding me?
Alyssa overcooked the hot dog. They also put brown sugar sprinkled it on the eggs instead of on the bacon this morning, which freaked her the hell out. Now, I don't know why they would put brown sugar on eggs, but this was their thing. What was the other one? I don't know that she laughed.
I was too busy laughing. Well, and rewinding to see her toe touch.
She may have chuckled a little bit. Just a little Julie chuckle.
Julie's got a little evil side.
Okay,
I really
but can we talk about the boys?
Yes, let's.
Okay. We know that Joseph was a recruit because he's an idiot, an absolute, complete Big Brother idiot. And I'm thinking, if I get arrested for something, who do I want to have defend me, Joseph or Michael?
Michael.
Okay. And so we've got Joseph, we've got Monty, who is potentially one of the most misogynistic people I've seen in that house, possibly going back as far as maybe Jesse Goddard, who I love, by the way. I love Jesse. But
Mitchie?
He was just an ass. He never had Holly, cutting up his watermelon for him because she wasn't good enough to do that. But he was right there.
That's the only one I can think of. You're like, I agree with where you're going, but Mitchie kind of stands out there as.
No, I don't think Jeremy was necessarily misogynistic. He was really bad, but he's just bad. Yeah, he was claiming his Indian title with no quantum, but that's beside the point. And I talked to him one-on-one about that, by the way, in Dallas when I was down there this summer, because we have never We have never had Native American or Indigenous on Big Brother. Never. So, all you other minorities,
Not US, at least. Yeah.
welcome to my tribe. Yeah, they've had 3 in Canada.
Yeah.
And he and I talked about it. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I got to do it.
Mark it down. No, he and I talked about it in Dallas, and he got in big trouble with Cherokee Nation for claiming to be Cherokee when he is not a registered tribal member. He does not have enough quantum. He is part Cherokee, but not enough quantum to qualify him as a registered tribal. It's kind of like me. If I go on Big Brother, I can say I'm Native American, okay? I cannot associate myself with the tribes because my mother's from one tribe, my dad's from another tribe. I don't have enough quantum to be in either tribe, to be registered with either one of them. And I was born on the reservation.
Okay.
So, yeah. So anyway, Jeremy and I talked about that. So I'm really sorry for that there's only 1 or 2 Asians per season. But there has, in 24 seasons, never been an Indigenous person on Big Brother. Anyway, so we've got Joseph. We've got Monty, the misogynist, who is just out and out a mean person. We've got Terrence, who, bless his heart, that's all I can say.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, just bless his heart. He's on there he wants to move to LA. He wants to be spinning records in LA. And he said, I can get a bus driver job down here if I need to carry things over. So he's there for the clout. We've got Pooch.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Who is Terrence? That is so funny because we have no one talks about him. That's so funny. Because when you said his name, it took me a second. Yeah, it took me a second. I was like, Terrence. Oh, yeah, Terrence.
The only person over 45 on the show.
Yeah.
And he's the old person on the show. And it's like, fuck you, CBS.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. We've got Pooch and his love affair with Joseph. We've got Michael. We've got Kyle, the former Mormon, who is a recruit, apparently. He's a recruit, but he's a fan of the show. But he didn't apply. He was recruited. Bless his heart. I really did not like Kyle preseason. I actually have grown to appreciate Kyle in the game because I would say that he and maybe Alyssa are the least problematic people in the house.
Yeah, because like I said, I haven't heard a bunch about Alyssa either.
Yeah. So. What other guys do we have? Oh, and then we've got Stinky in the shower. So,
dude,
yeah.
Why is he not bathing? Is he a have-not? Is he a have-not?
Right now he is. No.
Okay.
No, he was going to be a have-not, and they said, no, he's so small and he's so thin, and it would probably make him really sick. So someone else took a have-not so that he wouldn't have to.
Okay, we're not saving starving children in a third world country. It's freaking Turner. Okay.
Okay, but he took a shower and he couldn't even get all the honey out of his hair. And they made him take another shower and wash his hair again.
What do you put in your hair when you got something sticky in it?
Little water, washcloth.
What can you put in your hair to get honey out, or gum? When I was a kid, I got gum in my hair so bad I fell asleep. My mom had to cut my hair.
A little bit of baby oil, make it slide right off, and then you shampoo it.
Yeah, baby oil.
They've got baby oil in the house. How do we know that? Because Indy just told us that the other night. She uses it to take off her makeup.
These people in the house are too... They're so, and Nelda said we can't blame the house. These people are naturally mean. And then Joseph says these people are too nice. I think they don't want to say he stinks. And he should listen. I'm the mother of a 20, and you have a son, Kim.
Yeah.
And there's ways to tell your son, dude, I love you. but you stank.
Here,
And
honey, I was at the grocery store. I
yeah,
was at the drugstore and they had Axe on sale. Why don't you try it?
I was at Bath and Body Works. I got that
Yep.
favorite warm vanilla sugar body wash that you like. You want to
Hmm.
go? I'm gonna try it out. This new loofah. Yeah. Look, I already
But
started
this
the
is
shower.
but this is the difference between 20-year-olds today and 20-year-olds 20 years ago.
Yeah.
They would have come right out and said it to his face
Yeah.
and said, you know what, Turner, you probably should take a shower because you're kind of smelling up and I don't want you in my HOH room. I'm going to lock the door. I'm going to sit in the bathtub and drink and make you ding the doorbell all night long, a la Danielle Reyes.
They're saying he's
Um,
not
but they
doing
won't
his
say that.
laundry either. Oh God, is he
No,
wearing
they
his
won't
underwear
say
inside
that
out?
to him. And instead, they talk about him. They've all talked about how bad he stinks and how bad the room smells after he's left, but nobody will say it to him to his face. Same thing with any of them. They talk behind each other's backs instead of actually being confrontational or um, diplomatic in how they're saying something, depending
But
on what result you want. You want to make somebody blow up? Be confrontational. Say, yeah, you stink. You want to save somebody and make them an ally? It's like, you know what? You may want to shower because I don't want to hear people talking bad about you.
yeah, people are. Yeah, you might want to. Let's get on that.
Yeah.
What can I do to help you? I'm not going to bathe you, but what can I do to motivate you to shower?
Would you jump in the hot tub with him? Oh, hell no. I'm coming out with disease if I do.
Yeah, I don't need that
No,
kind of infection, if you know what I'm
I don't need
saying.
that kind of infection in my life.
No, in any part of me and my life. Okay.
Exactly. So, and that's all the guys, isn't it? Did I
No,
forget anyone? I don't think I forgot anyone.
no.
So that's why I'm saying, though, overall as a cast, they are entertaining. They are overall entertaining feeds for the most part. If I hear them bitch about being bored one more time, it's like, you guys been in the house for 2 weeks. Go make a ball out of aluminum foil and toss it in a vase and play, baseball. Play something. Make
You
up
know,
your
they
own games.
I think they get so bored in there that it's kind of the thing to do is gossip and kind of create your own little bullshit Twitter feed talking shit about each other. Because what else are
Mhm.
you going to do? Let's make it interesting. Let's just talk about how much Turner stinks. Let's talk about how much Taylor sucks because she's friends with the guys. Pooch is a weird pig. I don't get him. Let's
Yeah.
just, it's like they make their own thing. And look, you can't it just is what it is, because you got nothing else better to do.
Okay, so you've got nothing to do in there. You're just hanging out all day long.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is no excuse for anybody who would wear makeup to not have makeup on.
Yeah, put your
Spend
makeup on,
spend all
girl.
day. Spend all day on your makeup. Put makeup on each other, whatever. I don't care. There is no reason for any of them that wear nail polish to not have perfectly polished nails. I would start with a light color at the beginning of the week, and I'd be adding a coat every day until the end of the week. Oh my God, I've got to spend a half hour taking this nail polish off. Big fucking deal. What do you have left to do
What
on,
else are you going to do? Hey, read the
yeah.
damn Bible. Some of you need it.
Yeah, some of them need to find God. I'm telling you. Um,
You need
they could
Jesus.
they could learn how to cook something.
That's
You've
what I
got
would
a
probably
chef
do.
in the house. Let her teach you how to cook. She was teaching Monty how to cut onions the other day. Who the hell doesn't know how to cut an onion? But Monty didn't. He does
Bad
now.
learn. See, that's my
Yeah.
thing. One of the things that I would love to do if I were in the Big Brother house, yeah, look, I'm going to listen to the tea. I'm not going to lie. I'll listen. That doesn't mean I'm going to
Absolutely.
participate in it. If I hear something wrong, I'll defend somebody. I don't have a problem with that because I ain't
No.
got time. But I also want to learn. Like I don't know how I can't cook. I'm not a good, I don't cook. So I'd be like, teach me how to cook. I got nothing else to do. Teach me how to do my nail. I bite my fingers. Teach me how to do nails to the point where I won't want to bite my fingers anymore. Teach me, hey, Taylor or whoever else in here is Indy. Here's my suitcase. Girls go nuts. Throw an outfit together. Tell me not to wear
Yeah.
something. I will not be offended. Help me.
Soak some spaghetti in water to soften it up and weave yourself a bikini top. Have a competition. That's what I would do. You soften up the spaghetti. Now you can weave it into fabric and mold it right across your boobs and have your bikini competition.
I don't have enough boobs for that, Kim. I'm not even gonna lie.
I
Can
do.
I use the shells? The little macaroni shell noodles to make my little training bra.
Hey, I've seen it with peanut butter in the BB house.
Yeah,
Woo!
we saw it with whipped cream and Erica.
Yeah.
The good old days when Boogie was licking whipped cream off of Erica. It's like, and it was socially acceptable. Well, it wasn't really socially acceptable. But now, if that same thing was done, people would freak the fuck out. They would lose their minds.
You can't do any. You were talking earlier about how things have changed and people, they like you in the house or they hate you and then they post it. But the one thing that I've noticed is if there's a pack of trolls on social media that don't like you, they're going to deep dive into, they're going to Google your name. One of them will scroll down your Twitter, Facebook, Instagrams, whatever you got, 10, 20 years worth of posts, and we'll find it if it's there.
Absolutely.
They're in droves. They do this.
Honey, nobody has no skeletons. Everybody has skeletons to some level, some degree. And I think the difference is whether you've got a sense of humor in the house or not. People that have a sense of humor in the house and are having a good time, they, for the most part, kind of leave those people alone, which is amazing. I don't know why. Do we have anybody this season with an actual sense of humor? I'd say Indy.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I think Jasmine thinks she's funny with her bullshit Southern
But
jokes
she's not.
that I've never heard anyone say. It's just stagnant water to me. There isn't really one that's really entertaining me or doing anything to grab me. So maybe going without the live feeds for 4 days is a favor.
You know what?
They need to spice things up.
Maybe people appreciate it, Allison.
Yeah. Maybe they will appreciate it more if they
Maybe
don't
they'll go out and touch the grass and
leave the house. Kim, I
know.
make it to my mailbox every day.
I know, but maybe they'll go out and smell fresh air and go out to dinner, go to a movie. If you want to see a great movie, go see Where the Crawdads Sing.
I want to see that.
Good things. Thor: Love and Thunder was really good too.
Go see
Wasn't it?
Elvis.
I've heard Elvis was great.
Go see a movie, for crying out loud, people. Go out to dinner. Get out a board game. How about that one?
That's our
touch grass.
Our hashtag this evening.
Exactly.
Is touch grass.
Right? Go out and touch
Rory,
grass.
what else? Rory, everyone in the chat, including what can we go out? What can we go touch that will make us feel alive again? And don't say yourself.
In 4 days. You've got 4 days
without your live feeds. What is something that you feel you could benefit? Let's turn this into a positive. What are you going to do in those 4 days?
Look.
I'm gonna play my
What are you going to do, Andrew?
Look, here's what I'm going to say. I heard one today that was a couple of my buddies asked me if I would go out to the strip club this evening. And I said, you know what? If I wanted to pay $200 to see someone that would not have sex with me, I'd just take my wife to dinner. And so
Courtney, oh my God, I hope she's watching this. Because, honey, yeah.
Wow.
And so when we're talking about I'm good. I don't need to touch anything to be alive. I'm alive here. I'm alive well. I'm getting ready for a school year. Great transition. And I'm prepping for things like that. But mine would just be take my daughter to the park or to go do something, which we do pretty often anyway. But
Go to the aquarium. Go to the zoo. Go look at other animals, not the one in the BB house.
Yeah, I'm not going to the zoo in Memphis. It's 101 degrees with a humidity of you're in hell, and your crack is sweating, and that sweat has sweat coming out of it.
Did you say you're in hell?
You're in hell. I'm in hell. You are in
Oh.
hell.
Oh,
We're all
okay.
in
Okay.
hell. It's called BB
I'm just-
season.
Here,
I don't
hold
know,
my
guys.
beer. It's supposed to be 1:15, so.
It's I think that about wraps up the show. I really don't know what else to talk about. There's really not much going on. Jasmine's HOH has consisted of putting up Taylor as a pawn, and Pooch thinks he's a pawn because he volunteered, and Michael once again won the HOH, and I believe he is a dark horse, and I'm rooting for
Yogi.
him. And that he didn't use the power of veto. Good for him. That's his choice. I'm with Kim, kind of. Let's shake this shit up and take Taylor off, and let's make someone else squirm. That to me would have been a really boss move, but we're not there yet in the game for them to do things.
We have not had, put it this way, we have not actually had an eviction yet.
Literally, we have not. We've had Toegate.
So just before we wrap this up, I mean, are we all in agreement that since it is live show, Pooch is the one probably walking out the door on Thursday as of right this second? Yeah.
As of right now, yeah.
And I wanted to bring up something that in the chat can help me out on. This is a little dirty because I was making jokes about this in our Big Brother chat. It was not appreciated. Okay.
I'll appreciate it.
It was about the tip. Apparently the tip doesn't count because the tip of Jasmine's toe touched the mat. So does the tip count?
And what was my response, Allison? If the tip doesn't count, don't tell my wife.
Yep. Look, there's some children that are in this world because of the tip.
If the tip doesn't
I've got a 25-year-old son because of the tip.
Don't tell her. Just don't do it.
Nope.
Tim is not touching any part of that one.
I agree, Imelda. As long as she doesn't breathe wrong, Taylor should be staying.
Yeah. That's right.
And they would be so dumb right now to vote out Taylor.
Well, they're already dumb. This is just really dumb.
True.
Ridiculously dumb.
They need 7 votes, right? They've got 5 right there with the girls because Jasmine can't vote and Taylor can't vote because they left her on the block.
Yeah.
Right? So you've got 5. You've got Michael is 6. And more than likely Kyle. And more than likely they're going to have, and Terrence are the 7. And then more than likely you've got a couple more that are going to wander in because they don't want to be on the wrong side of the vote. Supposedly Daniel's voting with him. I trust. Oh, that's who I didn't mention.
Oh, because he's that insignificant, Kim, that seriously, none of us remember Daniel.
He had an HOH that didn't
remember him.
How do you put 3 people on the block and still have 3 people there at the end of the week? That's Daniel's HOH.
Yeah.
But so do we think he should have been able to play in the HOH? That's been a big question.
I don't think so.
I don't either. I agree because according to the way the twist worked before this happened, that was a possibility. Now, if that twist doesn't happen, then yes, I would agree that he should be able to play if one of the people that he possibly could have gone home on his reign didn't go. But Pooch's had the option, so no, I agree with that decision.
Yeah, no, I don't think because of that twist that he had any reason to. And even without the twist, I'm sorry, if you've got the benefits of being HOH for a week, I don't think you should be able to play and do it a second time. Mm-hmm. Just my 2 cents.
That's Kim's 2 cents. All right.
Yeah, that's my 2 cents. Okay, that's pretty much everything I think that I had to say, but supposedly Daniel's voting out Pooch.
Well, good.
Yeah. So,
Personally, I think Pooch should stay. Nothing against Taylor. The guy's idiot and useless. So why not keep him around?
because he's strong and could potentially win a comp and then turn around and get your ass out.
Damn it, Kim.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be logical or
You're
anything.
right. And you're right. I just don't like
And
him.
so you don't put someone like Pooch on the block, let him catch wind that he is potentially not really the pawn, that he is the target, and keep him in. You
How
just
does he
don't
not
do
know?
that.
With this house, how does he not know? Do we finally have a group of people that can keep their mouth shut? Could it
No,
be?
because Alyssa spilled about the Girls Alliance the other night too.
And Brittany? Didn't Brittany got called out about something too.
You know what? Brittany has a little bit of loose lips. Alyssa has loose lips, and Taylor doesn't know how to control what she's saying, the narrative of what she's saying, because she's like, well, next week I'm going to win HOH. And the guy, it says this in front of the guys who are like, does she know that she's going home? Oh, wait. And fucking Pooch literally had a light bulb moment. And he goes, they've been planning this for weeks. Honey, at that point, you'd only been in the house for 9 days. So your mathing is not good.
He's an idiot.
He really is. There's a village missing one, and he's right here on CBS.
Love Island called. They want Pooch back.
They want you for their village.
They want you for their village. Guys, I don't know what else to say here. We get along.
Courtney needs my help real quick, so I'm going to take off, but I will see y'all next week.
All right, bye, Andrew.
I think we covered everything, didn't we?
Yeah, you're good, Andrew. You can get out. You've been evicted from the.
I can get out. Thanks, Allison.
You're welcome, Andrew.
That's what she said.
She's still mad.
Ooh.
She's still mad from the draft.
How many people in your draft are left, Andrew? Do we need to pull that up?
You can. It's fine.
I can't because I don't have the fancy
Because
stuff.
you know what the funny part about that is? I have had 2 people leave my team before one eviction has even happened.
Right. When does that happen? Never.
Because I had Marvin or whatever his name was.
Oh, that's right. You had Marvin who turned into Joseph and Paloma.
Mm-hmm.
So I lost Marvin and Paloma
It only takes one.
There it is.
Okay, but I told you. Okay, so I think you're doing good with Michael. I think you're okay there. And I don't think Amira is going to last long. But I told you right after you guys' draft, and I also told Jackie, I think you've got the better team. I still do. Joseph isn't going anywhere this week. Michael's not going anywhere for a while. And until they find out what a snake in the grass Amira is, I think she's okay for a little while. But I still believe you've got the better team. Jackie has the winner. I still think that Nicole is going to win this. And she's got herself positioned well now if she just brings it down a notch.
We will see.
I will co-sign that.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm very impressed with Nicole. I'm very impressed with Nicole. But yeah, I lost 2 people before we even had one eviction. So
that's hilarious. And that's your karma for where you placed me in the draft.
Yeah.
You just remember that.
Could be. Sorry, Andrew. And by the way, how was Florida?
It was a great time. It was a good time.
Good.
I got to do what I love and get paid for it. So it's always fun.
Hey, you know what? If you love what you do, you're never working a day in your life.
We're already getting ready for next year. I've been in my classroom most days this week, and I'll be there this week. And then I actually report back next Wednesday. So I'm super excited. It's going to be a good season. We're going to qualify for nationals because nationals are going to be in Phoenix, Arizona this summer. And Kim, Matina, and Jackie B. And Lamont said today that he would drive over for Nats too.
Oh, yeah. So, Lamont's only like 5 hours away from us.
Yeah. So it's going to be great. So, but which is my wife is preparing. She's giving one of the district presentations about physics and gets to show one of her lessons. And so she needs me, she's not technological. So she needs me to show her how to add transitions to Google Slides. So I'm going to go help her with that so I don't get a divorce, and I will see all of y'all soon.
She's not even going to be happy with the tip.
No.
Yeah. I mean, she's going to watch this and sees that comment. You're done.
Which comment? There were more than one.
Exactly.
She's going to ask you for $200 dinner and then deny the tip.
Go save your marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Go save
the
your
tip.
marriage, Andrew.
With the
I'll
tip.
talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.